This is Trophy Gold, The Crown of Salt, Part 6. In the echo of the pelagic abyss, in the murmur of thermohaline currents, in the overwhelming pressure of the cold underwater trenches, lies an elder horror, dreaming, awaiting the moment, as it has done in other forgotten eras. Enhydros, the reason why men fear the sea, but do not remember why. A long time ago, there was a village by the sea. Its inhabitants vanished, but those who wore their faces remained. They built a temple, a gargantuan shadow. There they fed their sleeping god with the memories of men. A prisoner escaped. He brought his tale to a forgotten king. Along with his army, the king marched to prevent the awakening of the elder horror. Like a mother ready to give birth, the abyssal gate opened, spewing forth the brine that devoured those lands. But nothing burns brighter than a soul, and nothing holds more power than an icon. The Lost Temple. You finally made it. It sinks within layers of obsidian and salt. A long, almost collapsed stone bridge leads to the entrance of the temple, adorned with remnants of charred scum. Beneath this bridge is a sea of lava. On the other side of the bridge, a grand arch blocked by a flaming barrier, framed between crumbling pillars of architecture from no known era. A flickering orb of light pulses. It resembles an eye. I have a picture for you. You find yourselves on this bridge over this pool of lava at what must be the outer gate of the temple. And there is this eye. You reach about halfway on the bridge when you see this burning orb begin to pulsate and eventually explodes with a beam of burning hot energy. It melts a stone crenellation on the bridge, melts it to slag. A warning to stay back.
Okay. Do you think it's really worth it to go in there?
Worry not, Nevin. We are prepared for the way. We have the key, after all.
Yes, Elisio, you know what to do.
Wait a minute. Before we try and use that sword again, we should gather some intel on the situation we're in. Every time you use that sword, something's come after us.
Mm-hmm.
Your set goal is to
Mhm.
get past the barrier.
Cassian cocks his head a little bit at Basso and smiles,
Right.
saying, "It's not a bad idea, after all. Best laid plans and all that."
And who knows what might be in the temple itself. This could be the sort of last moment we would get even a little bit of a reprieve.
I would assume, given the nature of our journey thus far, that the Cantagaster awaits beyond it.
Lieselot says, "Isn't it obvious what we must do? We must distract the burning eye, while Eliseo uses the blade to pierce the barrier." And
Mhm.
indeed, Drathamar confirms, yes, this is the way. The blade is the key.
Yeah, I have an idea for how to distract it. I do have the Enliven ritual. I could take some time to create an effigy, and we can have it shambling forward to distract the beam.
I like it.
Mhm.
Before we do that, can
Yeah.
I look around and see if there's any other like routes to take or anything that would indicate that there is a weakness in this barrier?
You can make a hunt roll.
I imagine I'm not going to find anything too helpful, but before I enable anything else, yeah. Okay. I would like to use my skill in surgery to find a weakness. What sort of minuscule weakness is in this barrier?
I like it. Very good. Very good. Go ahead and roll.
I got a 3. I'm helping.
There is none. There is no other way. There is only the barrier. You can see that the bridge only goes to one place. Any attempt to drop off the bridge or go under the bridge will just lead to you plummeting to your death in a pool of lava. It is nothing but rock face. And this barrier between these two crumbling stone archways.
Well, I know that everyone it's obvious that what we must do, but more, gosh, what are our exact plans to do with the Cantagaster? We really don't know what it looks like.
We have come too far, Nevin, to go back now or to delay. Eliseo, you must use the blade to pierce the barrier.
Indeed. Besides, we might perish on the way back up. Might as well face our destiny brazenly, because frankly, if I don't come back with my accomplished mission, it's death on both ends, rather. I need to see the Cantagaster's crown
I
securely
have
in
no
my hands.
intention of dying, unlike my employer Cassian. I intend to get past the barrier and to learn the secrets of the temple, and to plunder the temple for its knowledge and treasure, which is a goal we all share.
Indeed.
Yes, but I prefer not to just rush in headlong first and die doing it. I'd rather live. We need to
Then what do you
plan.
propose? To
We need to
stand
plan.
here, look around, and wonder when the lava is going to cool?
You know what? Cassian, you promised to show me something the other day, and you never did quite fulfill that promise.
Oh, right. Actually, that is what I was talking about doing now. My ability to distract the flame eye. I'll need to prepare an effigy, though. If you'd like to assist me, maybe you can
Yeah.
provide some of your cautious insight to better my designs.
Yes, I think that would be wise. I think I actually do have something to actually show you as well.
I'd be delighted, but understand I'm a happily betrothed man.
Not like that, more of an exchange of knowledge, it's skills. It's a type of thing that kind of breaks apart when there's too many people. It's a very quiet affair.
Understood. Well, fair gentles, please go about your preparations. I'll just have a side conversation with Nevin here while I prepare my leg of the task as well.
So the plan then is for Cassian to prepare a mannequin that will be used as a distraction. Maybe Nevin and Cassian to prepare a mannequin. Alicio, I think the die roll is yours, with help from the others if needed.
So my plan,
Mhm.
I think as Cassian is sort of collecting bits and bobs. I think Nevin is collecting a bit of dirt, pouring some of their water skin into this sort of clay pot, sort of molding it into sort of effectively a very dry mud patty, like a pair of them.
To what end,
Uh,
can I ask?
I am preparing my ritual, elegy,
Mhm.
which is to appear as deceased. Um,
Oh, you want to appear dead?
Not me, because part of the effects of appearing as deceased is that you're effectively a little bit unconscious. It's very good at getting out of consequences, but using it willy-nilly is, well, complicated because you're effectively unconscious while the effects are ongoing. I'm wondering if I could convince Cassian to take a bite.
Of your mud patty?
Yes.
Oh, so the idea is to get Cassian to pass out, essentially, to not help.
Yes.
Oh,
Interesting. That's
very
contest roll.
interesting. I'm going to say this
Yeah.
is absolutely a
It's
contest,
contest roll. That's all there is to it.
Mhm.
The stakes are: is Cassian able to create the mannequin, or is Nevin able to knock Cassian out to appear dead? That's basically what's going on here. Let's grab the text of the contest roll. I shall have to go find that really quick in my PDF.
I told you, this may be the last session.
I mean, your paranoia is well earned, so I don't think anybody could blame you here.
We're so trustworthy. I don't know where this is coming from, y'all.
frankly, I'm actually kind of offended, Chaotic. Can we maybe not do this?
We have agreed on the stakes.
Mhm.
And so you will each take one light die if the contest is something you are skilled at because of your occupation or background, or that is made somehow easier due to a piece of equipment you have.
I have trickery.
So you're trying to trick Cassian. Very good.
I have the skill of rituals. I might recognize that
This
that
is
Nevin's
some
doing
magic
something,
shit. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, fantastic. You both have one light die. Let's keep going. You take one light die for each mark of ruin you currently have.
Okay.
So what is that total? Just sort of.
3 for me.
So 4 total.
No. I have 2 ruined, so my total
Oh.
dice is 3. Yeah.
3 total.
My total dice is 5 lights.
5 total. 5 light versus 3 light. Take one dark die if the contest itself is inherently deadly or dangerous. Interestingly, I don't think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just at 5 light and 3 light. However, you can add as many dark dice as you are willing to risk. You're looking for 6s on the total roll, and if any of the dark dice come up 1, you take a ruin for each dark die that does. So with the mechanical stakes and the fictional stakes well in hand, enter your final number of light and dark dice into the die roller, please.
I have my numbers entered in.
I have my numbers enter in.
Roll. You both have 2 6s. We have to go to 5s.
5.
Nevin has 1, 2, 3, 4 5s. Nevin wins the contest. However, one of your dark dice came up with a 1, Nevin. For people watching, the final roll was Nevin rolled 5 light and 4 dark, and Cassian rolled 3 light and 8 dark. So it was weirdly did not get any ruin increase though, Cassian. I'm very impressed by that. You win, Nevin. What does your ruin go up to?
My ruin goes up from 4 to 5.
You're at 5 ruin now.
Of course, Amanda's wearing her shirt.
Oh, let me see. Yes. Fantastic. Nevin, you for a time at least will have taken Cassian out of the picture. What does that look like? Give us a scene.
I think in Cassian, it's very interesting that you have rituals to sort of bring forth, well, little creations. And, well, I do have some mine, sort of imbibes sort of the idea of, well, being a little bit more stealthy, being able to hide in quite literally plain sight.
Is that right? You
Yes.
haven't employed such until now. Have you been holding out on us, Nevin?
It's just a little bit slow process, and well,
Ah.
if it doesn't go right, well then then I get stuck in a bind. But
Ah.
would you like to sort of experience it just to see what it's like?
Oh, well, that's an interesting experience. Well, we got to finish the effigy first. I think there'll be time for recreation later. After all, I would hate to let the group down now.
Well, I mean, the effects of it is only about what 15 to 30 minutes. So
What does it involve, you said?
Oh, well, I've already prepared a few tokens of it. You place it underneath your tongue.
And it will make me.
It will slow things down so that you would appear to be less a part of, well, a physical living creature, but more as part of the
Ah,
environment.
I understand. It would probably render me invisible to the eye of the wall. That would make it easier for us to pass by with one
Mhm.
less target
Yeah,
to focus on.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
an intellectual man,
mhm,
Nevin.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. The only downside is that it does slow you down. So if you
well,
do
I don't
need to like
need.
bulk,
Yes,
yeah.
well, provided the rest of the plan works, I don't need to be fast now, do I? Cracks off a little bit of the wafer and says, "To your health, Mr. Nevin."
Mm.
After a moment, the group realizes that Cassian is passed out, and there's a lot of like, what happened here? What's going on? Nevin, I assume you're not going to like fess up to what happened here.
No, I'm not. I think because like I'd imagined before this that we are a little off to the side. I think I am quite literally like I have like maybe 5-ish minutes before people check on me. I'm checking Cassian's body to see like if he has been injured anywhere. If he's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is there any like, secret plans or whatever?
At a certain point, Alicio, Lieselot walks up next to you and she says, "Brother, I fear we don't have any more time to waste. I shall provide a distraction."
Very well, but it won't do to keep having these conversations. They tire me.
Then do your task.
And I think we just see like a side eye to the direction that Nevin is maybe one to Basso, and I'll nod and I'll get ready.
So it's going to be a risk roll.
Mhm.
You know that you just have to plunge the sword into the barrier to destroy the barrier, but you have to
Yes.
get past the searing beam. You have to run up and to do that. And so Lieselot is happy to act as a distraction. Basso, are you going to help? What are you doing right now?
Know what the bird is doing.
The bird is a little confused. The bird wants to go inside, but now it's starting to have second thoughts and it's torn. Its instinct says to go in, but something is overriding it that makes it want to stay here. So, no good answer, essentially.
Hmm.
It almost like seems surprised by the barrier.
Is it able to get close to the barrier? Is the beam of light
The
attacking
bird,
the bird?
once the bird was aware of the barrier, it just like stays on your shoulder now.
Okay. I was gonna say maybe. Okay, you know what? I have an idea.
Hmm.
I would like to use my ritual switch. I want to swap bodies with the bird, and
Uh-huh.
I want to fly up to the barrier and get a better look at it.
Oh, okay, interesting. Is this to help Alicio or just to do a hunt roll?
I'm not sure if Alicio's plan is a good plan.
Very good. You can be in the consciousness of the bird. We'll come back to that in a moment. Alicio, guide us through the risk roll here.
Yes, I also will use my ritual mask to not be perceived by others, which hopefully extends to the gate. We'll see.
Right.
The risk roll. What do we think could go wrong?
You get incinerated and melted into slag by the burning orb.
Yeah.
And you lose the
The
sword.
yeah, just like the sword goes tumbling off into the lava.
Not my pretty sword.
Let's keep going.
Take a light die if the task is something you are skilled at, either because of your occupation or background. I have the skill both of distraction, destruction, and persistence, and I feel like either of
Persistence
those.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
So I'll take a light die. Take a dark die if you are risking mind or body, which I am if I
You-
can get melted down. Plus, I'm also using a ritual, so I will use a dark die as well. And I can take another light die for accepting devil's bargains. I'd love to hear some.
No matter what, whether you're successful or not, the sword ends up in the pit of lava.
No matter what, one of the beams destroys like cleaves through the bridge, creating this like gap,
A gap.
that people have to cross over.
Nice.
No matter what, the beam shears off your mask. And we see your real face.
Ooh.
Oh, you mean like what you think is going on with Alicio?
I want answers, damn it.
Very good.
Here's another harsh one. Since Lisa is providing a bit of destruction for you, Alicio, no matter what, Lisa dies.
Never.
Ouch.
Never, chaotic,
These are all-
never.
these are all horrible devil's bargains, but they're good.
Which means they're the best type of
devil's
devil's
the best type.
bargains, exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I'm keeping the sword. My girlie is safe. Y'all can crawl over lava. I don't care. There's a gap in the bridge now. I'll take that one. So
Fantastic.
that's 2 light, 1 dark.
Don't roll it yet.
Okay.
Bazo, as the crow flies up, go ahead and ask your questions.
I want to take a good look at this barrier and see if it's keeping us out or keeping something in.
Oh, good. Make a hunt roll.
I would like to use my skills of deduction. I would like to deduce based on the structure of the barrier which sort of direction it's
Sure, I'll take that.
coming from.
Yeah.
That's a 4.
Take your token. The crow flies up. Indeed, you fly up. Your consciousness is melding back and forth with the bird. What's the bird? What's you? It's unclear. As you get closer, you can see now that this fiery orb is indeed an eye. And you realize, to your excitement, confusion, but excitement, that the eye is the eye of your master.
I miss him.
Nevin, what are you doing right now while this is all going on?
Giving unconscious Cassian a pat down. Effectively like checking like if like he's like if there's like any sort of like symbols that have been drawn on him and
I told you I'm happily betrothed.
I don't care.
Hmm.
I just want to know what's going on because, like, he seems to be possessed.
Make a hunt roll.
Um, again, I'm familiar with with deceiving people, so so I know what best places to hide things is located. So 2 dice. A 6.
Take a token. The only thing you're going to notice as you examine Cassian's body, there's nothing in his equipment or belongings that gives you any pause. But you will notice around his eyes, mouth, nostrils, and ears, there's quite a lot of, there's a dribble of brine, salt water. Unconscious, it's as if he has no control over it.
I have 3 hunt tokens. Could I spend all 3 to draw out whatever is inside Cassian?
Sure. You're spending them?
Yeah, I'm spending them.
We'll come back to this. Alicia, let's get those dice on the table.
Let's go. I want to re-roll that. I got 2 2s and a 1.
2 2s and a 1. At least the dark was low, though. That's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll
Well,
that.
also you get help. You get help from Lieselot as well. So
Right.
I will do that real quick to see if that helped. It did not. It was a 3. So
I'm gonna re-roll.
okay, go ahead.
Too light, too dark.
Yep.
Okay, see, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's a 6 light.
6 light, very good. Okay, and Lieselot's okay too because her light die did not match either of the dark dies. You will succeed. You can go ahead and I'll take care of the bridge part, but you just describe you and Lieselot like Lieselot helping you draw away the beam of energy while you slip in underneath, and also your magic. Just what does it all look like?
Mhm. Yeah, I think we see like Lieselot is kind of like getting ready. I think maybe like she's leaving some gear to be like faster because this isn't about like being like if she gets hit, she's done for. This is about being fast, and she knows that. So I think she's getting ready, and Alicio kind of like leans down in like that runner's like starter position, and he brings his hands under like the skull. And I think we see it from the back as we hear like squelching as he starts pulling, and almost like a mask or like a hat, we see like the skull kind of like fall over his shoulders, but like at the edges of it, there's like flesh, like it was attached to something, and it's just like kind of bleeding. And we don't ever see like the camera doesn't ever show him what he looks like under, but we see sort of that hollow skull there. And then I think Lieselot, it's very like video gamey, I think, where she's like kind of waiting for it to like go and then like rolling out. And then now like unperceived, so nobody sees this part, I guess. Alicia will like combat roll under it and just start sprinting. And I think, we see maybe like lava go up, like a few times at least a lot like almost gets hit or it like just barely graces her, but he just keeps booking it. He just keeps going single-minded, leaps up, and then like both hands behind his back goes full into the eye.
But just before that, there is a beam of intense heat that Lieselot barely manages to roll under, and the eye almost like knows what it's supposed to be doing here, and it begins melting the bridge, creating a gap between where you and Lieselot are and where everyone else is. And It hits, it burns. There's a smell of like as a chemical smell as the stone begins like just melting to slag. And indeed, the bridge like almost like kind of like careens back a little bit as it's sort of structurally not sound now, creating a very wide gap between the group and the gate. You plunge the sword into the gate, which we'll get to in a moment. Nevin, you're playing around inside of Cassian's mouth. And you feel something as you put your fingers into Cassian's mouth. You feel something tickling your fingertips back there. There's something tickling your fingertips back there, and you can get your hands on it. It's slippery, but you get your fingers on it. What do you do?
I think like it's sort of like feels like as a leech or a slug or something, and I twist it around my fingers, and like I am pulling, stretching it out.
Indeed you do. You pull out. It stretches Cassian's jaw. Cassian, you're gonna have a really, really sore mouth and jaw when this is over. You stretch open Cassian's jaw, and you can see whatever it is flailing around inside of Cassian's throat. It's like punching from the inside of his throat. And you pull out this tentacled, it almost looks like the fleshy part of like a mollusk. This tentacled, slimy thing that's also kind of vaguely person-shaped at the end. And you kind of pull it out. What do you do with it?
Stab it, Jason. Like what?
You can stab the shit out of it, and it is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Cassian.
Oh. How do I feel, Jason?
In a lot of pain, and not with a lot of memory of what happened.
Mr. Nevin,
So Cassian,
why is it
nice.
so warm? I feel
Well-
as if I'm sweating through my very coat.
Well, to be fair, we've traveled to what I'm presuming to be, I don't know, the center of the world or whatever. We're deep underground. There's lava now.
Where are the others?
Right then is when the beam of fire hits the bridge and sends the bridge crashing backwards. Eliseo plunges the blade into the fire barrier, and it dissipates immediately. Basso, there's a bit of sadness from the crow as the eye of its master dissolves away. You've achieved the set goal of getting on the other side of the barrier, Eliseo. Lieselot is with you. She stomps up right behind you and says, "Excellent work, brother. There's nothing to be done for the rest of them. Let's just finish our mission. Let's open the gate."
Let's
And
make this quick.
She marches forward.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing right now?
I was going to say that Cassian's going to come rushing out, and I think his first instinct is to draw an arrow and fire it at Drasilov.
Yeah.
What was his name? Sorry, not Drasilov.
Drathamar.
Drathamar. Thank you,
Drathamar.
I'm like firing an arrow with the intent of like killing Drathamar immediately with like urgency.
Interesting. Yeah, if you get him by surprise, you'll just take him. You can describe killing him.
Yeah, I think that like as like Cassian like comes rushing back around from the rocks, I think we see like Drathamar like turn and probably like regard him like curiously, being like, it's like something the matter, brother. Just draws an arrow, fires it, and it goes like right through like the center of his brain as he like spasms for a moment and like slumps back onto the ground.
Indeed.
And then Cassian yells to everyone else on this side of the bridge, "Stay away from the corpse."
Basil, what are you doing right now?
Am I on the same side of the bridge as Lieselot?
No, you're on the side of the bridge with everybody else. It's Lieselot and Alicia are by themselves.
I want to try and get over the bridge. How big is this gap?
You can leap it. I think in order to leap it, you have to leave all of your gear.
Can I bring my sword?
You can bring one weapon.
I'm going to haul off my armor as fast as I possibly can, even if it means ripping or tearing it. And I'm going to take a running leap with my sword, which is Garrick's old rusted sword, because I just saw what happened, and I'm going to take down Lieselot.
Eliseo and Lieselot, you are at the gate of the temple. And once you get past the wall of fire, indeed, as soon as you pierce it, everything stops being cold or hot and turns into cold and humidity. Indeed, no one will have noticed it yet, but the lava pool is rapidly cooling. You can see. So let me give you a picture of what you're looking at here. This is the gate to the temple. There's a courtyard, once open to the sky, now a chamber of stagnant air, and it's covered in salt. There are no footprints, no sounds, only an overwhelming solitude. Crab exoskeletons, fossilized algae marks on the white mantle, 2 statues of sea serpents representing a forgotten sea god guard the entrance to the temple. Lieselot says, "Shall we?"
Yes, they will try to stop us, though. Let's be prepared.
They're already too late. And she stomps forward and rips open the doors. There is a huge amount of briny salt water that comes rushing out. This water is incredibly deadly to everyone else, not the two of you. In fact, to you, it feels like home. How does it feel like home as it rushes over and inside you, Eliseo?
I think we see it like go into the eye sockets and like the mouth opening of the mask. And some of it is pouring out, but some of it just stays. And we see like like those superhero masks that have just like the white instead of the eyes. It's basically like that, but with the brine that's like filling up the face, making it whole.
Nice. Basso, you've got to make a risk roll just to clear the gap. Take us through it.
Well, what could go wrong?
You plummet to your
fall.
death.
Yeah, you miss.
Yeah.
I think that's
would
about it.
I would like to leverage my skill in blood. I'm getting my endorphins up. I am raising my own blood pressure.
I'll take it.
Just
I'll take it. It's
through
fun.
pure
Yeah.
adrenaline.
As you like take off your armor, you're like
Yeah.
pumping up. Yeah. Gotta do
A
this.
handful of creatine, like.
Yeah. that I keep
Fantastic.
on my person at all time because I'm a gym bro. So I would also really like to take a devil's bargain if anyone has one for me.
I think no matter what, just to make it worse for the rest of us, like the sheer force of just like running, leaping, and grabbing the other edge causes more of it to crumble away, making it impossible for the rest of us to jump it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
No
I
matter-
like that too.
No matter what, Lieselot is warned of what's happening because of Drathamar's death and is waiting for you and cleaves the crow in two.
No, my crow.
I was
No.
also going to say you lose the bird. So yeah.
That's just vengeance because I'm going after Lieselot. I know that.
Yes, it is. I want to be very clear about this.
Jazzy is
I'm
the
gonna
most
ruin all of
petty and
you.
vindictive person I've ever met.
This is personal in real life.
I'm gonna go with the more of the bridge collapses, and it's impossible for
to
any
get
assistance.
across. Oh boy, that's going to be rough. But I like it. Okay, you've got 2 light dice and 1 dark die. Let's see how you do. Let me look at your conditions
go.
too. Let me look at your conditions.
I am connected to my bird, I have bird brain where I miss my owner. I owe Nevin a favor. I had the bargain with the bats, and I have burns and acid burns.
Yeah, no, you're okay. Go ahead and roll 2 light, 1 dark.
I rolled a 5.
All right, 5 light.
Yes.
The complication is that, oh boy. The complication is that you are totally on the back foot, and the contest roll against Eliseo and Lieselot is going to be much harder.
I'll take it.
You are there. You are. Describe sailing across. What happens?
I think with a sword in hand over the shoulder, Bazo takes a running leap. And for a moment, for just a split moment, he feels like he has switched sides, switched bodies with the bird again, and is lighter than air, is lighter than a human or whatever kind of body he's stuck in right now could be. And he soars over the gap, blood pumping. He could hear the palpitations in his eardrums, and grabs on to the edge. As his feet leave the back of the bridge, the whole structure crumbles to the ground. And he manages to grab on and pull himself up with just enough time to pull the sword off his back, but not enough time to perform any sort of stealth or sneak.
Eliseo and Lieselot, you can both feel the moment that Drathamar is killed, and almost robotically you turn on your heels and begin marching back toward the other side. And that's when you see Basso clamoring up. You totally have the advantage here if you intend to do a contest roll against Basso. Eliseo or Lieselot will roll a separate contest roll. Basso, you got to beat 2 people here. And because you're at such a big disadvantage, we each get 2 bonus light dice. So, the stakes, I think, are pretty straightforward. I think, Basso, you either end up in the pit, or Lieselot and Eliseo end up in the pit. I don't know. What do we think here? I'm okay with Lieselot ending up down in the pit.
Yeah,
so.
I think because like killing Basso is one thing, but that's not my end goal. So I think because there's 2 of us, I think we agree that like if we win, one of us gets away at least.
I
Yeah.
see. So no matter what, like one of you gets into the temple, and then
Yeah.
Basso, you're fighting to prevent them from getting in the temple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Love it.
Yeah, I don't intend to kill Eliseo if I don't have to, but Lieselot is on my shit list.
I need to take a look at Lieselot's stats here.
Then
Lieselot's
better
only,
get ready to kill Eliseo.
Lieselot's only got 3 ruin. She can go hard here.
I only have a 3 ruin.
Let's talk dice. Let's get through this thing. All right. We take 1 light die if the contest is something we're skilled at because of occupation or background or because of equipment. I'm taking a look at Lieselot. Defense and ferocity. Yeah, I get my light die.
I have persistence and distraction if I need to dip out at any point to leave Basso here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a background in bloodthirsty butcher and
Fantastic.
skills in cutting.
Very good. We all have our first light die. We are all up to 1. We take a light die for each mark of ruin we currently have. I'm up to 4. Total. 4 total for Basso. 5 for
5.
Alicio. And then we each get a bonus of 2 for 6 and 7. 1 dark die is automatic. So just to review, it's Basso has 4-1. I have 6-1. Alicio, you have 7-1. I do not like that we're up against a stats person who can also almost certainly
Sorry, I'm just thinking for a
can beat us at
second.
this part of the game.
Oh, actually, wait, so Amanda might actually have the advantage here.
I know. I'm going to enter my, let's see here. Okay, here we go. This is contest. And I think I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right. That's a thumbs up from Alicio. Let's do it. I only got 1. Basso got none.
Thanks.
And
Jazzy got
Basso's went up 3 ruin.
Alicio
I
got.
went up 2, which is enough for me to be out.
You're both dead.
Yep.
But the Lieselot isn't.
Lieselot survived.
This one survived.
I'm up to 4 ruins.
Good.
So yeah, I
Alicio,
can
you're in
get any
control of the
sixes.
you're in control of the narration though. Alicio, describe it.
Sucks.
God. Yeah, I'd like to give it to Amanda to like sort of start us off. Like, how do you think Basso? Like, I imagine like you are in here, you grab your weapon, and immediately there's a swing at you. But I'd like to give you sort of the first.
I think I do dodge the first swing, but just barely. It does clip me across the face, and the blood that comes out is dark and kind of sludgy. And I yell, "We hired you. We trusted you. And Alicio, you were our friend. How dare you turn on us?" And I think I just go charging in at Lieselot specifically, sword. And I think there's also the water, that briny water that's rushing out, surrounding us.
Yeah. That's making it a really hard fight, probably.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think for Alicio, like sort of what we see of that ruin is he opens his mouth and it's just like white. It's that omen that he saw about Cassian, but it's him. His whole mouth is just like glassed over with this salt, and his eyes are white, and it's sort of like almost like an extra armor just encasing him in this brine and this salt, and he's like no longer speaking, and his movements are just fully like he's always been like just like strength and momentum, but this is almost like watery. Like there's a fluidity to it that his muscles shouldn't be able to support. And I think he grabs you, Basso, and I think maybe the bird comes out and he'll grab the bird too, and he just starts pushing you down in that brine and starts pushing and pushing and pushing, and he doesn't let you go.
Can I add that the sword, as Basso is flailing and trying to push up off the ground, the sword, the rusted sword, Garrick's rusted sword, literally dissolves in the brine.
Nice.
And
But
I think
you're both dying
Alicio-
here, right? Like Alicio, how are
Yeah.
you dying?
Alicio, like I do that, and I think we again like sort of we see that salt and it's like starting to crack, like too much salt, and I have the sword, but I'm like not even using it on Basso, like very much is like you're not even worthy of this. And I just toss it to Lieselot. I give her one look. I don't say anything. There's just like this long look, and then the mask just shatters, and I'm just dissolved into the brine.
Lieselot steps forward, Basso, and looks down on you and says, "That's quite enough of this, little man." And she reaches down, grabs your lower jaw, rips it off completely, killing you, and then turns and proceeds apace into the temple. But she does stop and take a moment to take a kneel to briefly remember her fallen kinsman, as she is wont to do. but this is only a moment before she proceeds in. Let's take a 5-minute break. Nevin and Cassian, you have no idea what happened on the other side. You only know that Basso leapt, and then more of the structure crumbled, and you heard maybe like the sounds of clashing steel, and you see the water pouring out, cooling the lava. But you have no idea what happened after that. You have no way of crossing the gap to reach the gate, unless there's something I'm not aware of.
How wide would you say the gap is?
I mean, I think it was probably like a good solid, probably like a good solid, 20 to 25 feet before, and now it's probably doubled that or more.
Okay. I mean, and it's like stone on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything that could like penetrate stone. Because I first thought was like tie rope to the end of my hunting spear and just fucking chuck that and hope it lodged into something. It would be a better plan if we had someone on the other side of that bridge to grab it and like hold it and secure it, but we don't.
You do not.
And I'm out of backpack slots. So I mean, Nevin, if you had anything in mind, you have an open slot. I know you have rope. Just if you have anything else that might be able to like anchor something on the other side.
Ooh, I have to go. How about a grappling hook?
A grappling hook you might be able to catch onto something.
Yeah.
And then swing down and climb up. It's dangerous, but you can do it.
But it's really our only option at this point. I think a grappling hook would be extremely useful.
Yeah, and once Cassian is on the other side, he can help me cross fairly decently safely.
Cassian will cross first, and then we can revisit the plan to make it easier for him to get across.
Fantastic. This will take some time.
Yep.
But you can certainly do it.
Yep.
This is going to be a risk roll.
Yep. Obviously, my goal is to get to the other side as safely as possible. What could go wrong here?
You plummet to your death, smash to the ground, dead.
Yep. Also, Nevin loses his grappling hook because it goes in the lava.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or you take too much time, and Liselot will get a lot further or do something that you cannot stop.
I think that might be an issue anyway.
That's a pressing matter. Yeah. Oh yikes! Well, luckily, I mean, I do have the grappling hook and the rope alone, so that makes it easier. I will hear out any devil's bargains people might have.
No matter what, Liselot encounters the Kentagaster.
No matter what, Nevin didn't get all of the entity out of you, and as you start to climb, it's already trying to reclaim you.
No. You.
No matter what, you lose your hunting spear and you only have your bow.
Those are all pretty good. And I'm at one light, one dark. I'm not sure if Liselot meeting the Kantagaster is good or bad. Because I mean, it's Liselot. She might kill it, and that seems like it's probably going to be a problem. I don't know. We'll see. Or it might kill her. I don't know. I'm gonna have to take the there's a fragment of the thing still in me that begins to exert its influence. I'll fight it, but man, it's there. We gotta take no risks with Liselot getting to the Kantagaster first.
2 light, 1 dark.
2 light, 1 dark. Here we go. It's 5 light. Oh wait, that was a contest roll. We'll still, my bad.
It's fine. Yeah, it's the same roll.
Same roll.
I think the complication is you have to try to resist being overpowered by the remnant.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now makes sense. Well,
We're gonna have dark
okay.
die to avoid that.
Ooh. Now, I mean, it is extremely unlikely that I could get a 6. So I'll face the challenge here and now.
How can you tell? Perhaps given power by proximity to the gate, how can you tell that it's already starting to, like, whatever's in there is growing again?
I think it's as like Cassian like swings across and is like, kind of climbing up arm over arm, reaching the ledge, looking down at the lava at his like the below him, sweat pouring buckets. As he gets closer towards the top, he is suddenly surrounded by like a sensation of vertigo, not of like, oh, looking down. It's that all encompassing directionless vertigo that you only get from being like submerged in like the deep, dark depths of the sea. The sensation of being caught in like crushing tides that almost causes him to like lose his grip. And the sensation passes, but it's just a moment of like something vastly bigger than himself coming through the cracks.
You need to do another risk roll to avoid being taken over.
Yeah. Well, should I walk through the stuff as usual?
Please
All right.
do.
What could go wrong here, gang?
You are taken over and you kick the grappling hook off the cliff.
Sounds about right.
You are taken over and you attack Nevin.
Oh, like
Well-
when you get Nevin over there and then start attacking him.
Oh no, I have something worse. While Nevin is like midway crossing, is when the grappling hook is just kicked off.
Oh no.
That's really good. Those are all really delicious.
This is such
Any
a
others?
trophy ending to this.
I know.
Yeah.
It's become
I will
dark.
say what could go wrong is you being taken over because we felt when Drathamar died, so I feel like you getting that power will like
Mhm.
power up Lieselot. Will give her
Oh.
like that last push of power.
That's pretty good. All right. Well, I do have the skill of passion. I am dedicated, and my personality will override this one.
Are you like doing something in particular, like saying some kind of rhyme or something? That's
I like that. I really
it's
like
allowing
the
you
idea
like
of-
override the thing.
Yeah, because he's a poet, right? So
Yeah,
he just
yeah,
begins
no.
to do some sort of like verse. Yeah.
Pretty good. Which one did you take? Which Devil's Bargain did you take?
I haven't taken one yet for this
Oh,
one.
you haven't? Okay.
No. I was just about to ask. I'll hear out Devil's Bargain.
Oh, we haven't even said Devil's Bargain yet.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was just a what could go wrong.
I'm gonna stick with mine, no matter what. Lieselot encounters the Cantagaster.
Okay, good to know. No, any others?
I think I'll add to
I tried-
mine.
Uh-huh.
Because Eliseo was killed, but that thing might still be out there. And then like you now getting this power, I'll say no matter what, one of those things is going to give Lieselot an extra edge on the rest of you. Like either you spending too much time fighting this or you getting powered by this.
Oh, okay.
No matter what, you're gonna need some sort of violence done against you to resist this sort of possession again.
Fun. I will take none of these. I will.
Yeah.
I will take not a single one, and I will roll one light, one dark. I have the ruin to burn, so I will happily take rerolls on this if need be. But let's see what 6 dark, which is fine by me.
Your ruin goes up to what now?
3.
3. Oh, okay. You're actually in pretty good shape.
Exactly.
Describe how you resist it for good this time.
I think as he is like climbing up, he gets these like flashes of like sensation of like disorientation, like disassociating, like second sight on his own being, and very like Jekyll Hyde, like inner like monologue thing, and or more like like a Gollum in Twin Towers, like no, yes, like talking at the side. But I think it's actually that he like looks up at the ledge and he sees a hallucination of his betrothed reaching down their hand to him, and he reaches forward to grasp it, and he grabs the ledge and pulls himself up, and I think he like just takes like a heaving breath. We see like this little like squirming little like tendril like by the side of his head coming out of his ear. He just like plucks it, rips it out, and just like casts it into the lava.
I think you getting over is maybe enough time to confront Lieselot.
Mm-hmm.
If you take the time to get Nevin over there with you to jury rig whatever that contraption is going to look like to make that happen, I think you buy Lieselot too much time.
Because I saw this happen before. Oh wait, no, Baso's dead. Never mind.
Yeah, you'll see Basso's body, by the way, as you get over there. You'll see
Oh yeah, by the way, do we
missing the lower half of the face?
Do we divvy up Alicio and Basso's hunt tokens because they had some left
over? You do not take their hunt tokens,
but
you can take their gear. Yeah.
Oh, you take your gear. Okay, my bad. Let me actually. I'll see if Basso or Alicio has anything on them real quick, just to see if it would be useful. No,
I think because I did owe Nevin a favor, I think Nevin does manage to get the ashes that I had on my person that I said were my grandmother's ashes. They're not, but that's what I said they were.
Okay, well,
I mean, Alicio fully dissolved,
Alicio
so I don't see how you're getting any gear from him.
Fair,
but yeah.
Why did you describe Alicio getting dissolved?
Because
I
Jazzy
did.
likes
I
to
said
cause
that he like
problems.
fully shattered and
It was
like
the brine. The brine
Yeah.
dissolved.
Jazzy likes to cause
everything.
problems from
Yeah.
other players.
yeah, you're not getting anything.
And I left my stuff on the other side.
Yeah, so
What
you
I-
had
Oh, that's right. Oh,
gold.
sorry. Basso stuff's all on the other side. You don't get anything. So
I know I had all the gold. That's why
What I
you
will
shouldn't have
say-
turned on me.
What I will say is, at the very least, I like look over my shoulder at Nevin awaiting on the other side, and I realize like, oh, time is of the essence here, and at the very least, I will. Would I lose the opportunity if I at the very least like tied off the rope to my spear and threw it back to him? So
you can do that. Yeah, you can do that.
yeah.
It'll just require Nevin to do a risk roll to get over
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
and I'll at least do that to give him some means of crossing. But then I am going to take it. Like, I'm going after Lieselot.
Let me give you a little bit of prior to that out of character narration. Lieselot walked into the temple, though she knows it's a false temple, that there is a true temple that she has to make her way to. There is a central long sort of like nave. There are a number of little side chambers and things off of that. She goes to one side and pays her respects to a giant mollusk shell inside the chamber. A huge mollusk shell. The home of one of her elders, one of the ancients. She goes and kneels before it and says a small prayer. She then gets up and she moves to another chamber, searching through thick gardens of algae for something. She's looking for something. You'll hear her, Cassian, as you sort of like make your way quickly into the temple. You'll hear her rummaging around, stomping around. She's very big and heavy. In a chamber that is off to the left of the main nave. What do you do?
I think he realizes that he threw his only melee weapon back to Nevin, but he still has his bow with him.
Okay. You can use it as a combat if you need to.
Exactly. Is the bird still alive? Have I seen the bird?
No, Alicio killed it, right? Yeah.
Oh, tragic. Then at the very least, keeping like very very classic weapon out, back up against like the stonework, moving very carefully, trying to get like the advantage. And like she is covered in armor like head to toe, and so it's a tricky shot. But like my intention is to get the drop on her and like try to get an arrow through like one of the gaps in her plates to like maybe like sink it in there, and at the very least like wound her enough that it might buy me more time to fight her more.
I see. So you want to like try to lower her endurance and then attack.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Very good indeed. I mean,
Actually, I do actually have this bottle of acid as well still, I think. No, I dumped it on Cat Eater's face. I don't think
Yeah,
that
you don't have that,
anymore. Damn. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, that is my idea, is to maybe like lower her endurance a bit.
do the roll. Just tell me how many ammo slots you're risking.
I only have one left that I can risk.
Okay.
So that's one light from the gear, then another light from the slot.
Yeah,
Is this inherently dangerous?
not yet.
Like, okay, cool. And I think I don't need to go through the others like stuff. I don't think you do like devil's bargains on the
No, you don't.
on
No,
the.
it's
No,
not
okay,
on
so it's 2
range.
light, 1 dark. Oh, sorry, just 2 light flat. That's a 4, so that goes down by 1, I believe,
It
and I
doesn't.
lose that. I lose that armor slot.
And you lose that
Oh,
ammo slot.
the ammo slot. Yeah.
You do indeed. You see her in this chamber digging around through algae and muck. She's looking for something really desperately. And go ahead and just describe how you like get the jump on her.
Yeah, and this will actually empty my quiver and render me unable to fight with my bow anymore. But my idea is to hopefully buy time, at least some time, and weaken her. I think as she's like sorting around, I think there is a gap at I'm envisioning real life armor like where the upper thigh plates meet the like the lower like shin greaves, and like aiming for like that exposed bit at the back of the knee, and like pulls the arrow, sweat coming off of him, like his breath probably even fogs a bit, it's probably cold in here, and just hoping that she doesn't turn around, fires this shot and pierces the exposed back of her left knee, hopefully to hobble her a bit.
It reduces her. I'll make this a combat. It reduces her. She would have been an 8. She's a 7 now.
Yeah.
Tell me how you're exposed to danger and roll weak point. She's still very dangerous.
That I am but a man, and she is a big armored killing woman.
I am but a wee poet man.
I'm just a little guy, okay? Like
I am a wee poetry man.
I am a wee poet hermit. That's a 4 on the weak point. I don't have a weapon though.
Oh, so you can't do combat.
I was gonna say, wait, well, it's like unless I can argue any of my items can be weapons.
I think we have to do it as a contest roll then.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I have my magic wooden ladle. Can I smack her around with that?
No, I mean, if you don't have a weapon, you're kind of up the creek.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to wait for Nevin to get there. Basically,
I think that's my plan, is to like is just to like engage with her long enough to buy Nevin time to get here.
I like that. I'll take that. I think that's pretty good. I do think it's going to be a contest roll between the two of us to see if she catches you, essentially,
Makes sense.
before Nevin gets there.
Yeah, I agree to that.
And if she does catch you, you're fucked. So
I have the skill of independence.
she has. You would be independent of her grasp.
Yeah. Well, and also just that I'm holding my own and by myself for a long period of time.
I'm going with ferocity. She powers through the injury to get
Makes
you.
sense.
I've got 1 light die. I've got 4 for my ruin and 1 dark. So I'm up to 4-1. What are you up to?
I'm up to 4 light and then 1 dark by default, I believe.
So we're both at 4-1, and we're going to risk as many dark dice as we wish to risk.
Damn right. Ready whenever you are. Don't contemplate. Don't think about those numbers.
I'm contemplating. I can afford to go big here.
Oh, fuck you. No. All right, I might as well go a little bigger. Okay.
I'm going pretty big.
Oh dear God, Jason.
I mean,
Is
she's
Liselot
NPC.
gonna
I don't give
die?
a shit.
Die because
He
of
might
this?
be
I really don't-
bluffing.
He might be
Oh.
bluffing.
Damn, Jason, we're playing
Um,
mind games here.
I'm ready. I'm
I'm ready.
confident.
Ready? Roll.
Mhm. Well, what was Liselot's ruin at?
She absolutely wrecked you, but she also is dead.
Yeah. But I only go up by one ruin, so
Oh my god, this is so yeah. So what's your ruin at now?
it's gonna be at 4.
Oh,
And I mean,
okay.
and if she wins, I imagine she's beating the ever loving
She's
fuck
beating the
out of
shit
me.
out of you. Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
but
you will
yeah.
kill her though. How does
Yeah.
that? Well, what happens? Actually,
God.
I know what happens. I don't.
No, I wanna hear it.
I
I
don't
wanna
even
hear
need
it.
to be told. You are desperately running away because I have control of the narrative. You are running away from Liselot, and she's hobbled, so she's slow to get to you, but she
Real Jack Torrance in the maze energy.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's totally that, right? And but she knows this place and you don't. That's the thing. She knows where to go to like get the jump on you. Indeed, at one point you think you've gotten away from her, but you have failed to realize that there are a pair of bell towers up above, like on either side of you. And you're there underneath one of them. She has gone up the bell tower and now jumps down on top of you. And it's a not a very tall bell tower. She jumps down, tackles you,
Like the
and
ground like cracks underneath
just,
her.
and just begins like pounding the shit out of you.
It's like blood and teeth and broken nose. Yeah.
She has her big mailed fists around your head and is getting ready to just pulp your skull, kind of the mountain style, like the red viper in the mountain. She's getting ready to pulp your skull. And then a sword just cleaves her in two. It tears straight through her helmet that she's so proud of. There's blood spattering all over your face. It rips through her torso and she just falls apart. And standing before you is the Cantagaster. He is the size of a man. He wields a sword as big as him. You can see his entire body is covered with a thick crust of salt, so that only the mouth really is exposed. It's just salt. But you can see the vague shape of the crown underneath that crust of salt. He immediately raises his sword to kill you too. Nevin, I'm not interested in making you roll. You're finally here, Nevin. You see the Cantagaster standing over what's left of Liselot and Cassian. What do you do?
Okay, so just to give like a little bit of context, I was on the other side of the bridge and like
You
and
caught the
then
rope, yeah.
Yeah,
And then you had
like
to
I
climb
was
up, basically.
yeah, basically I crossed back over. Okay. God, I probably left Basso's stuff behind because like I was after Cassian because Cassian was just like booking it.
Mhm.
Probably, yeah, Alex, that you probably should take that condition.
Yeah, I just asked in the chat if I should take bloodied and beaten as
Oh,
a
of course,
condition.
yeah.
Mhm.
You get there right. You see the Cantagaster splitting Liselot in two and getting ready to stab the shit out of Cassian as well. What do you do?
We cannot fight this thing. We have to run.
He's spitting out teeth and just saying, "Not my intention."
So what are you both going to try to run back? Is that what we're doing? What are we doing here?
I think so. I think it's just scramble up and like fucking book it back to the temple entrance.
Fantastic. This is going to be a risk roll. I think it's a risk roll. It's mostly for you, though, right, Cassian? Because you're the one in danger. You can take help from Nevin if you need
Yes,
it.
and I'm the one who I can spare some ruin increase here.
I cannot spare.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I will not fault you if you decide not to help me and risk getting anything up. What could well so yeah, my goal is to escape the Cantigaster and get us back out of here. What could go wrong?
I mean, I would say normally you have to fight him, but you don't have a weapon.
I don't have a weapon.
Unless you grab Lieselot's.
Ooh.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what happens. You grab Lieselot's weapon and you have to actually combat him.
Yeah.
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 That would be the big shock of the of the thing if it's
Right?
Cassian at the end fighting the Cantigaster. That would be a very absurd ending, but I kind of love it. Okay, well, what could go wrong here? Let's do it. Let's do it.
I honestly think that Lieselot's weapon is just too big for Cassian, so like he can't even use it until like the Cantigaster is just gonna grab him.
Oof.
I don't have anything better.
Yeah. Yikes. Okay. Well, I don't know if I don't know if I can argue for the skill of independence again for escaping the Cantigaster. Yeah.
No. I gave you that one. It's too cute by half to do it again.
Yeah, I don't think I can utilize my skills here, so I will be hearing out some devil's bargains. I pray someone has one.
No matter what, you can't escape without Nevin's help. That doesn't make any sense. No matter what, I'll change that. That doesn't work mechanically. No matter what, the rope and the grappling hook have fallen off.
Oh god damn it, Jason.
No matter what, the Cantigaster can get through your armor.
Oh, that
No ma-
sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that does suck.
You know what? I think I will help out you in this case, Cassian, because it will help make me work for a devil's bargain. No matter what, you'll be indebted to Nevin.
Oh. I love the idea that if Nevin dies, his ghost still shows up to haunt me. Oh, those are really good.
No matter what, this sword that Lieselot has had the whole time, it's like something that the Cantigaster wants. Like she was trying to deliver it to the Cantigaster.
Wait, she was wielding the sword of the Promised Princess, right?
No,
Or
she
no?
has a.
Oh,
Was
her
it
own
not
sword.
her own sword, or was it the Promised Blade?
I can't
She
remember. 'cause I
grabbed the
thought you-
Promised Princess
she
blade.
grabbed the Promised Princess
Yeah.
blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't that also dissolve?
No,
Because
no, no.
also
Eliseo
Garrett
threw her
sword
that.
did.
I mean, I think it's
Eliseo
fair.
threw her.
I think it's a fair thing to say that no matter what the Cantigaster seeks,
Yeah.
the blade of the Promised
Yeah.
Princess,
Yeah.
regardless of what Lieselot was intending. Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that one a lot. I want to take the Cantigaster like seeks it, maybe even like recognize it, like in this
Mhm.
moment. So that's really cool. I'll take the light there. Will I be getting an extra dark die from the fact that I just got this shit kicked out of me and I'm now running away?
I
from
know.
something?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of that, and you have to take your normal dark die as well. So I think
Yeah.
you're looking at like
Too dark.
1, 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take 1, 2. And I'm getting help from Nevin, right? Okay.
Well,
If you
I
need
will
it, if you
roll
need it,
after.
yeah.
Oh, if I,
After
yeah,
the
if you-
roll.
that makes sense. All right, here we go. Well, that's 5 dark. And it's a 5 and a 4. So I mean, if Nevin helped and got a 6,
Yeah,
that would be.
I will try. Let's hope I don't roll a 5 or a 4.
Let's hope you don't roll a 5 or a
I mean,
4.
you want to know the
So-
complication? The complication is the
Yeah.
Cantigaster. You get away because the Cantigaster prioritizes getting the blade of the Promised Princess out of your hand.
Well, chaotic hand click the die, and Nevin's now dead because Nevin's ruin goes up. Nevin matched one of my dark dice. Nevin is now dead. Chaotic reacted way too soon.
Yeah, I said like because I did say
Yeah.
beforehand that I would help you out.
Yep,
and
no, I know,
Kept
I know.
kept my promise.
You honored it. Damn. Okay, well,
You can add a dark die. You're done. You
no, I
lose
can't. Yeah,
the
I
blade
have
of the
to
Promised
take it.
Princess, and also
yeah.
Nevin's dead. What does all that look like?
I'll obviously obviously
Yeah,
chaotic.
Nevin,
narrate
you can
what happens to
describe
Nevin.
your end. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like as like Cassian is running, trying to book it. Like Cassian's a little poet guy. Like he is not fast, he is not quick, and like I think the sword is going to like leave Cassian in two, and I think like Nevin does like a sort of like a bit of a switch where he just pulls Cassian to the side and takes the hit for him. Probably the only thing noble thing that Nevin has done in their
Can I
life.
describe what this looks
Yeah.
like? Actually,
Yeah.
I actually love the idea of it like pushing out and like the Cantigaster's blade coming out like piercing you through the midsection, like skewering you, and then just like lifting you like up into the air. Classic like Ludwig from Bloodborne pose, and then just arcs it down and it just like bisects your body the rest of the way through as your half just like splatter against the ground, blood dripping off the blade. Cantigaster is like dragging the sword towards Cassian, head lolls back, screaming or something like that.
And yeah, describe your escape.
I get to the I get back to the to the edge. Like I'm running. I'm like, you know, he's just smeared with blood that is at this point not just his own anymore. He is a Nevin's and Lieselot's blood soaking him through. Gets back to the precipice. Has the Cantigaster coming from one end, big old lake of lava from the other, and
Well, it's dried up now, but yeah.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like still, it's already damn.
You can still plummet to your death, however.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's my question, right? It's like, because the stuff to get across was on this side, the whole like throw the grappling hook, swing to the other side, like how imminent is the Cantigaster on my heels?
If you just drop the blade of the Promised Princess, you've got plenty of time to escape.
Oh shit. Okay.
I mean, you have to do that anyway because of the
Yeah.
but if you're like basically you will realize that he's not following you out of the temple.
Yeah. I think I love the idea. It's classic like Balrog Gandalf moment. Is like as it's getting closer, I think he'll like look at the blade, realize that the Cantigaster is lurching not for him but the blade, and just like they'll just huck it into back. I think actually I'm curious to see if I'm debating if I want to throw it over the edge and see if it like plummets after the blade or if I throw it back in the
I don't know if that's a possibility.
Yeah.
He will not follow you out of the temple, but
okay, gotcha.
but yeah, you can escape. But I mean, once you're out of the temple, you have a minute to like figure out how you're going to get back across.
Yeah.
And I don't think we even need to see it. I think it's
Okay.
enough to just wrap up by you dropping the blade of the Promised Princess, the Cantigaster grabbing it, and once the Cantigaster realizes you're out of the temple and all other intruders have been dealt with.
I have an idea that I will like drop the blade of the Promised Princess behind me as I go, just to buy me the time to get back to the other side. I'm not sure if Cassian is fully intending to flee from the scene yet, though. Just at least get back to the other side of the bridge.
Interesting. I mean, I think that's probably the end. I mean, what is your intention ultimately?
All of Basso's armor is back on the other side of the bridge. I could armor up.
You want to go back and fight the Cantigaster?
I'm very tempted to.
Interesting.
The Cantigaster.
I need the crown.
Do it. Fight him.
Wow. I mean, we can fast forward.
I'll take it. Yeah. The thing is, though, this is contingent on the fact that like I need to find a weapon because the sword was destroyed. I threw the blade at the Promised Princess. Although if the Cantigaster like retreats further back into the temple, I could reasonably grab like Nevin's dagger or Lieselot's other weapon that she was carrying on her before grabbing the blade of the Promised Princess. So
Well, also Basso's gear is all back on the other side, right?
yeah, but Basso didn't have any weapons left behind.
Oh.
Yeah,
because
Basso's sawtooth blade was
Basso's-
already destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah, I will.
I mean, we could like fast forward and say this is like a future moment where you are facing off against the Cantigaster.
Oh, like my return expedition.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What the fuck did Amanda just send me? Hold on. She sent me a big old block of text. Thanks, Amanda. Hold on. Something about the ashes of Basso's grandmother. Hold on. Amanda, just talk about this on camera, so because I can.
I'm saying that the ashes that I left behind, that I told everyone is the ashes of my grandmother, are actually the ashes of my original body. when I was a god, when I was the Ruktifer. I carry around my own ashes. And this is a god that has been shrunk to the size of a beast. So it looks like the size of grandmother's ashes. But if you can use that in a ritual,
Oh,
I mean, they're right there.
Oh shit. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go crazy with this. Why not? Right? Like, I guess.
So what's the plan?
I'm going to enliven on the ashes of the Ruktifer, I guess.
What?
And hope that what happens.
And hope that it creates a yeah, exactly as like the chat kaiju battle. I want to create something to fight the Cantigaster, and I will also be armored up to face off against it myself.
Intriguing. Very intriguing. The Cantigaster's not. It wouldn't be a kaiju thing. He's man-sized.
Oh yeah, no, he's man-sized, but yeah.
But I think we have a couple of issues here.
Sure. Yeah, we're getting pretty
One
ridiculous
is
here.
it's the back and forth between the big wide gap, right?
Yeah.
That is going to be an ongoing issue. I think this would be better as. I think this would be better as a just sort of like we don't explain the interim.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And we just see you facing the Cantigaster at some point in the future.
Yeah, I'm fine with this. I think because I was really weighing like whether or not Cassian would just leave or not. I don't think Cassian has enough understanding of the Cantigaster's part in all of this and assumes it might. Well, actually, as I'm saying that, I realized like the Cantigaster was like clearly like it's here, and like that might be more of like a guardian thing than anything else. So I think like he might get like, I think all of the scenes that we just described are playing through Cassian's head. This like grand sort of like heroic expedition. But I think
and you also you know the story impliedly because of you and your study with Rathamar, right?
Exactly. And
like you know the fairy tale parts, right?
Yeah. And so I think what all of what we're just describing here is just playing out in Cassian's mind, but it's not actually what's happened yet. We're not fast forwarding. He is at the threshold of the temple and thinking like, I could come back. I could face off against it. I can be more prepared. I can take the crown. And he realizes that is folly. That is a sure way to die. And killing, even if you manage to succeed, killing the Cantigaster might be a worse outcome somehow. This place clearly is not meant to be trespassed upon, that something is here sleeping in the cracks and should better be forgotten. I think he'll just look back out across the temple, maybe like see the Cantigaster like vanishing back into the darkness as it's retreating back in the temple. And I think there's something about Cassian that he just like sees like he wishes the Cantigaster as restful in eternity as this creature could probably have, and just in hopes that whatever the Cantigaster is here for was worth it. And I think he's intending to just make his way back up to the surface. The sole survivor.
That concludes the Crown of Salt. Let's go to Stars and Wishes.
Oh, thank God. God, I was so scared. I'm not gonna lie. I have read the module before, so like I know what happens when the Cantigaster dies. I will not tell it here, but God, I was so scared. Thank God, Alex, you didn't kill it. Oh yeah. Just stars all around for everybody, just like being like really suspicious. God. Jazzy, it was just so wild about like how you were like able to be like, oh no, we have to go further, and just socially pressuring everyone else who was not part of the in group to just head on further, but at the same time maintaining that level of suspicion of like, we shouldn't be doing this, really shouldn't be doing this. Also, I don't know what happened when you had that little off scene with Cassian, like this is for Stars and Wishes for the entire game so far. So let's just like, damn, it was so close. I was thinking about how to like get through to Cassian for 2 weeks. I was so paranoid that I didn't even tell Jason my plans. Because I thought that like somehow they would be twisted against me. Also, thank you for trying your hardest to like take out Alicio. It was really like that scene in Lord of the Rings where it's like stop that orc. Like everybody was just trying to rush to the other side to just like stop Alicio and Lieselot. Damn Cassian. That ending. God. Wild. Jason, your mouth noises are super scary. Um oh god, just like this looming presence was really felt throughout the during the entire campaign. Just oh god, I'm so stressed right now. Even like I know like everything's over, like the monster is gonna stay in the temple and whatnot. I'm just like I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm scared.
I really enjoyed this. Uh, it's so interesting because we didn't do the dungeon crawl. Instead, we traded the dungeon crawl for just this high drama, like high impact, like series of confrontations, and it was kind of amazing. I think it worked really great. It 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 was really interesting, and I actually think it worked really great because of how we kind of set things up. Like if if it had turned out that like you didn't, for example, if you didn't bring the hirelings with you at all, you would have had to have done the dungeon crawl, right? You wouldn't have had any choice. And but even just bringing a single hireling to the temple is hugely problematic, right? And changes the nature of what's going to happen, right? But I thought it was so interesting that like the real there was so many like there was probably like at least 5 or 6 different moments where this could have gone in a totally different direction, right? And I thought that was really really fun because I never knew like how it was going to end. Strictly speaking, you all won. You did the right thing ultimately, right? Um, it would have been a very very different outcome if Eliseo had lived, if Cassian had decided to go back in and try to destroy the Cantagaster, if Lieselot had destroyed the Cantagaster or found what she was looking for, if Basso had cleared the gap a little more cleanly and defeated Eliseo and Lieselot. Like, there's so many different ways this could have gone, different things. And even like if you had dispatched Eliseo and Lieselot quickly, there would have been the extra problem of you all had like your other little tasks you had to get done, right? And so that might have affected like how the outcome of things too, because you're all kind of working with slightly asymmetrical information, right? And so I really, really love that. Star for the use of the bird to fly up and look at the barrier. I really love that. It was such a great opportunity to kind of tell some more of the story, which I thought was really great. Also, just Star for just Amanda for just like doing that ballsy leap across the gap and face the bad guys thing, right? Like that was pretty amazing. Um, Star Jazzy for maintaining all the way through, like being the villain of this, right? Like just like from beginning to end, like being the bad guy, and I thought that was great. It made it really tense and really like high drama. Uh, Star for Cassian's bravery at the end. That was really interesting. Like once you realized what was going on after having the thing removed from you, um, you sort of like changed and like you were like changing your like you suddenly had like this insight and you almost went back to like your old ways, but you thought better of it and decided to turn away at the end, which I think was the right move for the character. Yeah, and Star Chaotic for just the plan of spending the 3 tokens to remove the creature from Cassian. I thought that was really great. It changed the whole thing, right? Like it totally changed the whole dynamic, and so um, I really loved all that. Yeah, just a good time all around.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
just rad from start to finish. The escalation of like my cortisol going higher started at like the 3 hunt token spend, and then it was just like bop 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 bop. Oh god! And then that last showdown. The second you said, Jason, like, oh, I know what's gonna happen to Lieselot. Both in chaotic typed in the chat, my brain went, the Cantagaster is going to show up and fucking kill her, which is the exact, that is such a, like the Jurassic Park, the dinosaur shows up to kill the bad guy. That was just rad as hell. Great set piece move. Yeah, I was not expecting the Cassian comes back like move. I thought we were fully gonna have like a Jazzy and I went into this session being like, let's lead Chaotic and Amanda to their doom. And then immediately was thrown into the like the hero position. That was rad as hell. The sad thing is like Cassian's still gonna die because the Black Arrows are gonna kill him, or he'll probably, it's very unlikely that he will be able to like outmaneuver them. So like, but that's bravery is knowing when to be a coward, and leaving this temple to be, because clearly there's something very bad happening here. Overall, this was so much fun. I think this was my favorite like trophy game I've ever been in. We had some really great moments, both in like actual like set moments, like of just like navigating the environments and the dungeons, which is a huge shout out to Tanya for like writing this, because it's such a great module. And all the character moments really delicious. I love that we never had any resolution on the front of like Basso disliking Cassian inherently, and like we had no conversation. We never talked about that. It was just from the jump and to the end, Basso does not like Cassian, and that is it. I think my favorite moment from this entire thing will still be the whole like what happened to Cassian with Alicio, and especially with Chaotic and Amanda with their headphones removed. But that scene we talked about on Dark and Threshold too. That whole session was a ball. I also just still like love the worm, like the salt worm moment. It was such like a brief encounter, but it sticks in my brain as just like a great like Indiana Jones and the Boulder kind of moment. I just, man, I'm both like relieved and sad, because I was like, oh man, now we're not playing Crown of Salt anymore. And yeah, I mean, Jason has alluded to a thing to me that I'm not going to comment on, but I'm curious about like where those connections might lie. Shrug. So yeah.
Yeah, no, this was really, really cool. The whole module, the whole like campaign was really awesome. I really loved, Jason, like the little like lore drops that you did at the start, like always starting with a bit more of the story felt like really cinematic and like very like twisted fairy tale to like always get like a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and like sort of have that as a setup.
Well, and shout out
Which
to the module, because that's how Tanya has it divided. Like you get the lore right before you do the thing, which is really great.
I love that. Yeah. I also love that as a player because it gives me like just like a few, like, 30 seconds it takes you to say that gives like me a little bit like, okay, we're Alicio now, we're doing this, we're going in. Like it gives you like a little bit of a starting moment, which I think is really cool. And the lore itself was just awesome. Like I loved everything about that. Yeah, I really loved that moment of like Nevin taking out the tentacles out of Cassian, and like especially the way that you spotlighted that, Jason. That's a huge star because like I feel like any other like leaning towards one moment or the other would have like not given us the same tension, but like cutting up like those scenes the way that you did was really like, oh well, you got the most horrifying answer you could. Alicio's gone though. And that like really just gave that moment like that extra oomph of like, oh no, this is so bad. Yeah, I really enjoyed getting to play the villain. I think it's really funny almost that Alicio started out as the most suspicious of the hirelings, did not hire any of them, by the way, was against the whole idea, and then died because of it. Like fully on their side, fully taken over. Like that was fantastic. I love that. Yeah, Amanda, I loved the Basso Eliseo fight. I loved how emotional it was. I loved that you gave Basso like an actual like you betrayed me moment rather than, I don't know, like haha, I knew something was going on or whatever. Like I thought that was really interesting to go for that emotional core. Nevin going out as a hero. That was so unexpected but great. Like I kind of love that. It felt like a mini, I don't want to say redemption arc because I don't think that redeems you, but it does have like that little bit of the character growth moment to it that I thought was really interesting. I mean, my take is that Nevin fully thought they were going to be smart and agile enough to pull it off and then weren't. But you know, we're giving some grace here. And Alex, Cassian immediately headshotting Dratamar. That was so good. That really like set the stakes and ramped it up. And I love just that immediate reaction of like the quiet, subtle way of portraying how horrified Cassian was with what happened to him and like how that fully changed him. And then bringing the betrothed in the end. I mean, I'm a romantic. That got me. That got me good. That was a very sweet moment at the very end, like seeing the betrothed and then powering through. I wish you had fucked up and fought the Cantagaster, but I guess it's good that you didn't.
I mean, there's a chance the
I'll be-
Cantagaster would have won, and it would have been the same outcome. He still would have won. It's just Cassian to be
Yeah,
dead.
but
That's
then
the only
everybody's
difference.
dead.
I'm
Total DPK.
assuming, just knowing how you've been doing things over in like Salt and Iron, Cantagaster would have been Endurance 13. And-
Actually, no, he's only 10.
oh, really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, you could have fought him.
So you could have done it.
I could have done it, but it probably would have been bad.
I'll be fast. A lot of the things that I have stars for have already been said. This whole module, this whole thing was incredible. Just really incredible. The lore dumps, the characters, everything was perfectly bite-sized. You know, it worked so well. You never felt overwhelmed, but it was always so interesting. You always wanted to know what's going to happen next. So huge stars to everyone who worked on creating this, you know, the art and the music and everything. It's really incredible, really well done. Stars to Jason for keeping up the pacing, for the mouth noises that were so horrible that I thought I was going to rip my headphones out and like run away from them. That's how bad they were.
Jazzy almost did.
It was so gross.
I
It
did.
was so gross.
I fully
Like-
did.
You fully just muted. Yeah, like no, we're not doing this. That was incredibly nasty. That was top-notch nastiness. Alex, your portrayal of Cassian when he got taken over and changed personalities was still so creepy. And then coming back to yourself and immediately reacting with killing one of the hirelings was perfect because it gave me an opportunity to jump in there and do some action. So that really set, like which as I said, set the tone for the rest of the encounters, because things got to such a heated head that we could do those kinds of combats. Chaotic, Nevin being such a sly little bastard and then being the hero at the end, was absolutely amazing. And I'm actually kind of sad Nevin's dead. And unlike, you know, the rest of us, well, that's what happens. But I kind of I want to see like what Nevin would have done to fight the Cantagaster. I kind of wanted a Cassian and Nevin versus the Cantagaster thing at the end. But the way it worked out was so dramatic and so intense that I really wouldn't have it any other way. I'm sad that this is over. I kind of want to just start it over again and see all the things we didn't do, you know?
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
wanna
There's
do
probably like
completionist.
you don't use everything when you run the module. Like it'd be impossible. There's like too much stuff in it. But we probably saw of all the various monsters and set pieces, we probably saw about like 40% of everything in the module. Actually, we didn't really do the dungeon crawl, so probably a little bit less even. So there's a lot we didn't see, but we still like got the whole experience, you know,
Yeah.
which I think is great. Yeah.
I was going to say, by the
Video
way,
game completionist.
Yeah.
That just kills me.
I
That just
know.
kills me. I want to see it all.
side comment.
It's a
I'm
super fun
realizing-
dungeon crawl. I'm a little sad we didn't get to do the dungeon crawl
Yeah.
part because it's actually a really fun dungeon crawl. But it's okay. It was the right outcome.
Just side note, I'm realizing that of the 2 trophy gold games Jason has run that I've been a player in, I have been the sole survivor in both of them.
You know, sometimes you gotta just there's such a it's so interesting because I feel like Jazzy and Amanda are like more on the play to lose side of the ledger, you know, and Chaotic and Alex are more on the play to win side of the ledger of trophy gold.
I'm
and
firmly
that-
in the middle. Thank you very much.
I think it created an interesting dynamic at the table for sure, you know. Yeah. Because like you don't play to lose, or you don't play to win and then jump the gap with no equipment and just your sword, right? And totally outnumbered, right? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you don't do that like unless you are ready to be dead, in a dramatic fashion. So it's been
In
great.
trophy, when the end is near, you go out big, you go out hard, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of why I helped out at the end there, because like it was like, yeah, either Cassian gets out of the situation and I help out, or Cassian doesn't get out.
Or we all die, yeah. Or you
yeah.
get, yeah. Well, so that's the thing. It's like I think you could have escaped, right? Like it could have been you escaping and just leaving Cassian to his doom, right? But I thought that was a good dramatic twist. There was a lot of face turns in this session, especially between all three of you, between Basso, Nevin, and Cassian. There's a real like hero turn, which I thought was unexpected, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, for sure. I don't think I have anything else. Great time, really fun. Like top 10 RPG session series for me. Like it was really, really great.
It's insane that was only 2 hours. We've only been playing for like
I know.
2 hours,
Yeah,
really.
I know. This was a lot of fun. I'm really excited that this. I mean, like I'd kind of hoped like there's a part of me that was like, well, I hope the character survives so we can just like play another thing. But then like now I'm not sure because now it's just Cassian alive. Like what we'll do.
Well,
But
look, we can make new trophy characters.
we can figure it. Yeah, we can figure it out. But anyway, this is great
Is
fun.
there a module you want to run?
I've always got something to run.
Nice.
So
Cool.
yeah, there's
Well, that'll be fun.
no worries there. But okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna wave goodbye to everybody watching the video. If you've been with us the whole time, we hope you enjoyed it. Bye everyone.